everyone, it's Amanda from I Sew A Lot, and I'm back today with my April makes video. I don't have that many things to show you this month. Two reasons for that. The first being that I have made one quite time-consuming make, which I can't actually show you because it's for the Satisfaction blog and it hasn't been released yet. And the other reason is that unfortunately I've had quite a lot going on. I know I say that most of the time, but last month has been an exception. Very sadly, my mum suffers from ataxia, and that means it's a brain disease, and it means that she has really limited mobility and she's not very stable at all. It's been a really sad time because she's not that old, and over the past 5 years she's really gone downhill. Well, sadly she actually, nothing major, but she actually fell over in her home a couple of weeks ago, well about a month ago, and she broke her hip, so she had to have a hip replacement. But down to her limited mobility, it's taken her a long time to get back on her feet, and she's actually still in hospital now, so that's taken up quite a lot of my time. They're also having a bit of a shake-up at work, so that's been quite stressful. But also, and I'm not going to make this all doom and gloom, I promise, but I just thought I'd mention it because she's been quite a big part of my channel. But very sadly, yesterday we had to make the decision for our lovely cat Shasti to be put to sleep. Sadly, we found a tumour just a couple of weeks ago, and it's been really quick. But I just thought I'd mention it because she has been quite prevalent on my channel. She's made lots of appearances. Obviously we're absolutely devastated, and to be honest, that's one of the reasons why I'm filming this vlog today, because it's a welcome distraction. So yes, like I say, not all doom and gloom. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about. I've got 3 things to show you that I've made. I have, like I say, I've made the 4th, but I can't show that to you at the moment. I want to talk about, first of all, exciting challenge which is back again this time of year, which is the Sew Together for Summer challenge. It's run by the lovely Sarah Smith, the Sewing in Spain, lovely Susie, and also Monica of Rocco Sienna. I'll put all their handles down here. The lovely ladies again have done an amazing job organising this challenge. And this year it is jumpsuits, so you can, I'm sure, understand if you followed me for a while or watched my channel for a while, that it's right up my street because I love a jumpsuit. So my plans were to do a lovely video of all the jumpsuits that I would recommend, but unfortunately, due to matters previously discussed, I haven't had time to do that. But there are plenty out there, so many out there, and if you hop over to Sarah's blog, which I'll put the link down in the description box below, she's given you lots of pattern recommendations, and there's also discounts going on. I don't know if they're still running now, but there were quite a few at the beginning. The prizes are amazing, and the one thing, like I've said before, that I love about this challenge is that it doesn't matter about your ability. All it matters that you sew a jumpsuit and enter it by the 21st of June this year, and they pick the winners at random. The prizes, like I say, are fantastic. So go and check it out. Like I say, I'll link it down below. And yes, I have so many ideas for jumpsuits that I want to make. I really like the newest one by Deer and Doe. I think it is the Sirocco jumpsuit. I think that's what it's called. Can't remember, but I really love that. A couple of my jumpsuits I no longer have anymore, so I'd like to replace those. One being the Yari by True Bias. I had 2 of those and I wore those throughout the summer last year, so I'd love to make a couple more of those. And I also love my Mimi G jumpsuit, which is a denim one. I'll put a picture in here, and I think it's called the Foxy, but it is jumpsuits of all jumpsuits. I love it, it's amazing. So anyway, moving on to my makes. Firstly, I have made, and this is something that you've seen from me before, I've got 2 things that, patterns you've seen before, but slightly different take on one of them. One is pretty similar. So I made a men's Metro tee by Liesl & Co for my husband, and this has been a tried and tested pattern of mine. I've made it quite a few times, but the reason I wanted to show you was because this fabric was absolutely awesome. As you can see, it's got camel outlines all over it. It's from Lamazi Fabrics, and it is the softest, most beautiful organic cotton jersey. It's got a really good recovery, a really good amount of stretch, and it's so soft and comfortable. It's amazing. I wanted to keep it for myself, and my two sons also saw it when it was delivered, and they wanted it as well. So I might have to order some more if Leanna has any left. So also I have made, and I actually made these in April, but I finished hemming them today. So because I didn't have that many things to show you, I thought I would hop it into this video. So I have made the Camille trousers from the Sew Over It Worked Weekend ebook. I've made these before. I have a black Rio crepe pair, but I also have a grey wool pair, but I wanted to try something a little different. So I made them from the Lisa Comfort crepe. It's a lightweight crepe. As you can see, it's got a really, really lovely drape. Same as my other ones. It has the double pleats on the front, a straight waistband. You can put pockets in, but I have moved my, because the zip is supposed to be down the back seam, but I've moved my zip to the side because I find that easier, and I haven't put any pockets in because I didn't want the extra bulk. They're very loose around the hip area, which I really like, and they're wide leg. I'll insert a full length image here so you can see what they look like, but I'm really, really pleased with them. The only thing I will say, and this is also a little bit of a tip, in that when I first made these, I put them on, and immediately, because it is a polyester crepe, they stuck to my legs all the way down. And I didn't want to fully line them, and I certainly didn't want to half line them either. So I googled ways to stop static in trousers, and one of the top searches that came up was to put moisturiser on your legs, which creates a barrier. And I have to say, as you can see, I put moisturiser on this morning, so it's fully soaked in, and they don't stick to me at all. So there's a top tip for stopping static from polyester clothing, because it works like a charm. So anyway, like I say, I'll put an image in, a full length image in, so that you can see what they look like. But this is just a ready to wear top that I've had for a long, long time. So I'm really pleased with those. So I will get changed and show you my very last. Okay, so the last thing that I made, well actually the first thing, because this is the first thing that I made in May, is my Carolyn Pajamas. I wanted to make, because I've made the trousers from this pattern, Closet Case Patterns, a long time ago, and at the time I made it from a tartan, so I didn't really want to bother with pattern matching, because not only was it a directional print, it was also a repetitive print. So I decided that I didn't want to mess about with all of this pattern matching, because pattern matching just makes my brain hurt too much. So anyway, when I saw this lovely cotton satin on Leanna's Instagram stories, I just thought it was beautiful, and because it's cotton, I thought it would be preferable for pyjamas, because most satins are obviously polyester, so to wear of an evening in bed, I thought they must make you really hot, but also when it's slightly chillier, not really keep you very warm. So when I saw that this was cotton, I thought it would be perfect, and I have to say, it is beautiful. It's such a comfortable fabric to wear, but it's also really warm. So I made the shorts version, which I've also been wanting to make for quite a while. So they've got an elasticated waistband. They've got pockets, which are a nice pocket because it's front facing, so rather than being on the sides. So not that you worry about particularly what they look like if you're wearing them to bed, but I think they are quite a flattering feature. It's obviously also got piping, and I made my own piping for these also, if I can show you. It's got covered buttons, and I just made navy ones using navy sections of the fabric. And yes, I made my own piping, really easy to do, and I do love piping. So if you want to hear more about it, more about the process and more about how I found the sew, you can pop over to the Lamazi blog, and I'll put the link down below just to mention, this fabric was given to me by Leanna to write the blog post, but as you can see, it's amazing. So I'm quite happy to promote that here. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I'm a bit sad that I haven't sewn more, because I think, to be honest, it would have been a welcome distraction from all the stuff that's going on. But you know how it is, when your mind's been busy all day, sometimes when you get home, the last thing you want to do is lug all your, well, I have to get my sewing machines out every time I use them, so yes, I think that stops me from sewing sometimes. But also, another thing I wanted to talk about, and I've also recently subscribed to the lovely Angela's vlog, and she's Devon Threadtails. I'll link her down below. She seems to have quite a similar style to me, and she makes similar things. But recently she did a vlog where she mentioned that she has problems with planning what she's going to make. And I have to admit that I suffer from the same thing, because I'm attracted to so many patterns and so many fabrics. My pattern stash is extensive, as is my fabric stash. And as new patterns release, you want to make it, new fabrics come out, you want to buy it. And I find it really, really hard to stick to any plans. So what I would like to do, and I know I've said this before, is to get back into filming my monthly plans, showing you fabrics and showing you what I'm going to make, because I feel like that gives me motivation to stick to some kind of plan. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I might have time to do that, but that might be wishful thinking. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you soon.